everybody, welcome to another mini yin class. We'll focus on the lower back today, lower back release. Often when we sit for a long time or we stand for a long time or even after an activity like walking or running, the lower back can feel a bit tight and sore. So this practice, this sequence will help you release and relieve any discomfort in that area in the lower back. When you are ready, join me on the mat. And if you have a yoga belt or an old tie will do as well, then have it somewhere close by. We are going to start in child's pose, classical child's pose, so knees together. But please don't rush into the position, just sit on your heels for a moment, separating the heels, toes are still touching. Just roll those shoulders up and back and down, link the hands behind you, draw the shoulders together and away from the ears. Release, maybe just do a couple of neck rolls. And then lower yourself slowly and gently into child's pose, really feeling into that lower back. So if it's really tight and tender, really go down in slow motion, vertebra by vertebra. Give the body time to ease into this stretch to the lower back, in fact, to the whole of the back. You place your forehead on the floor if that is not comfortable, forehead on your hands or your fists. If the head is on the floor, point the fingertips back, let the shoulders relax. Nice deep releasing breath. And then we are settling here for a few more breaths. Really allowing the body a bit of time to soften and to feel safe to release some of the muscular or other tension. This is a yin yoga practice, so please don't try to achieve anything. Give yourself time, be patient. Go with the flow of your body. Now with as little effort as possible, if your hands are back, you just take them forwards. And you carefully come onto the front, into Sphinx pose, placing the legs down, placing the hips down, and just prop yourself up on your elbows. They can be underneath the shoulders or a bit forward and wider. Keep your head lifted, just lift the hips a couple of times, and then again just completely soften into this new position. Breath nice and steady. Just for a moment, push a bit more onto your elbows, take your chin towards the chest, and just let the weight of your head stretch the back of your neck and the area between the shoulder blades. Slowly lift your head again. Lower down and slowly come onto all fours, taking the knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. And we're just going to do a few cat and cow movements. Very gently easing out the entire spine. Just do a couple more rounds. Nice and gentle. And then from here we are going to move into deer. So although the focus of this class or practice is on the lower back, we need to ease out the area connected with the lower back as well. So hence cat-cow for the entire spine. And in deer pose we are stretching the glutes and the hips. So your left leg is in front of you with the shin about parallel to the front of your mat, and your right knee is towards the side of the right hip with the shin in line with the long edge of your mat. Just lift up briefly so you feel you're really resting on that left buttock. And once again, to really take your time to slowly lower down towards the floor. Resting on your elbows, and maybe after a couple of breaths, lowering even further down. I'll stay on the elbows today, and you choose what suits you best. Completely relaxing the legs and the hips here. Now we are going to come straight onto the other side. So carefully come into an upright position again and change the position of your feet. Doing these little adjustments, and then when you are ready, lower down. Easing into the stretch onto the other side. Now slowly come up. Make sure you have your belt ready and lie down on your back now. Coming into a brief floor supported stretch. Place the left foot onto the floor, draw your right knee towards your body. Ease out your ankle a little bit. Lift the nose towards the knee briefly. And then find your belt or tie. And if you don't have that, you extend your leg and you hold it with the hands linked, just resting your leg against the hands. If you have the belt, be mindful of the clasp. Just feed it round your right foot. And then extend your leg. Don't go for the strongest stretch here. You want to be able to relax your foot into the belt. Keep the elbows soft so you're not pulling on the shoulders. And then once again, allow the body to release into the stretch, the sensations. For the next few breaths, extend the left leg onto the floor. Maybe adjusting the position of the right foot. And then stay here. Now bend your knee, carefully release, place your right foot onto the floor. Just place the belt down for a moment. And draw the left knee towards your chest to ease out the ankle. To lift up the nose briefly. And then lower down again. And find a nice stretch in your right leg this time. So the target is the hamstrings and the glutes area. And you want to go for a 70-80% sensation in your leg so that the body feels it can relax. Feel at ease. Extend your right leg onto the floor now, adjusting and becoming still again. And release. Just placing both legs onto the floor and taking the belt somewhere, placing it somewhere where it's out of the way. Draw your left knee towards the chest again. And we finish with a twist. So you take that right knee over to the left. You might like to move the hips a bit to the right. You can use your left hand to hold that knee down. Turn your head the other way, spread out the right arm. And enjoy this twist, which should feel nice in the hips and the lower back. Slowly roll onto your back again and straighten out. So the right leg is extended now as you take that left knee over, just moving the hips a bit to the left. Head turns to the right, to the left. Left arm extended. And if the mind gets busy, just keep it focused on the rhythm of your breath. and roll onto your back. Straighten out and briefly take both knees towards the chest, nose towards the knees. And lower down again. It would be wonderful if you had a few more moments for relaxation. For this practice, I recommend constructive rest, so that's the position I'm in at the moment. Feet apart, knees resting against each other. Or you could place a bolster underneath your knees and come into a Shavasana variation. If you don't have the time, then just push yourself up or rock up into a seated position. Let's finish with a deep breath together. Take your arms up as you inhale, look up. Place your palms together and take them to your heart. Thank you so much for joining in today. Please like this video, please subscribe, get notifications, share the video, and I very much look forward to seeing you for the next mini yin or any other practice. See you then.